If you've ever been in a relationship, you've likely experienced the frustration of arguments that seem to come out of nowhere. Maybe it was over what to eat for dinner, how to load the dishwasher, or a passing comment that turned into a full-blown fight. These seemingly small issues can feel surprisingly significant at the moment, leaving both partners wondering, why are we even arguing about this? The truth is, these arguments are rarely about the small issue itself. They are often signs of deeper, underlying challenges like stress, unmet emotional needs, or miscommunication. By understanding what's really driving these conflicts and applying practical solutions, you can create a more peaceful and connected relationship. Here are 5 common reasons couples argue over small things and how to address them in everyday life. Number 1, emotional baggage and stress. Picture this. Your partner snaps at you for leaving your socks on the floor. At first, it seems silly. Why get upset over something so trivial? But if one of you has had a stressful day at work or is dealing with unresolved emotional baggage, even minor annoyances can feel overwhelming. In real life, stress has a sneaky way of making small irritations seem much bigger. Imagine your partner just got home after dealing with a frustrating boss. Then they see your socks on the floor. What could have been ignored on a good day suddenly feels like the last straw. To avoid these unnecessary blow-ups, it's important to address stress together. Ask yourselves, are we really upset about this issue, or is there something deeper going on? Checking in with your own emotions before reacting can help diffuse potential conflicts. When tensions are high, take a moment to breathe before responding. Support each other in managing stress, whether that's through venting, taking a walk together, or just being a good listener. Make it a habit to talk about your day so stress doesn't build up silently and explode later. Number 2, communication breakdowns. Miscommunication is a classic culprit behind small arguments. It's easy to assume your partner knows what you're thinking or feeling, but when expectations aren't clearly expressed, misunderstandings happen. For instance, let's say one partner expects the other to take out the trash without being asked, but the other doesn't realize it's that important. Instead of addressing it calmly, one partner might say, "Why do you never help around the house?" This turns a simple task into an emotionally charged accusation. To avoid this, focus on clear communication. Use I statements to express how you feel rather than blaming the other person. For example, instead of, "You never clean up after yourself," try, "I feel frustrated when things are left out because I value having a tidy space." Active listening is another powerful tool. This means fully hearing your partner out, repeating what they said to confirm understanding, and responding thoughtfully. When both partners feel heard, small issues are less likely to spiral into major arguments. Number 3, unmet emotional needs. Sometimes, what looks like a petty argument is actually about an unmet emotional need. For example, if someone feels unappreciated, they might overreact to a minor comment like, "You didn't do that right." It's not just about the comment, it's about feeling undervalued. Imagine this. A wife spends an hour cleaning the kitchen, and her husband comes home and doesn't acknowledge it. Later, when he leaves a plate on the counter, she gets upset. To him, it's just a plate. To her, it feels like confirmation that her efforts aren't noticed or appreciated. The key here is to recognize and address each other's emotional needs. Make an effort to show appreciation regularly. Little gestures, like saying thank you, giving compliments, or spending quality time together, go a long way in building emotional security. Check in with each other emotionally. Ask, "How are you feeling today?" Make it a habit to express gratitude, even for small things. Validate your partner's feelings instead of dismissing them. Number 4, unrealistic expectations. Many arguments stem from unspoken or unrealistic expectations. Maybe you expect your partner to always remember to text you back immediately, or you assume they should know exactly what you want without you telling them. When reality doesn't match these expectations, frustration can build. For example, let's say you planned a date night in your head, but didn't tell your partner. When they show up late or suggest something different, you feel disappointed. It's not because they don't care, it's because they didn't know what you wanted. Managing expectations starts with being honest about them. Instead of assuming your partner knows what you want, communicate openly. And remember, no one is perfect. Flexibility and compromise are essential. Have regular conversations about expectations. Learn to pick your battles. Ask yourself, is this really a big deal in the grand scheme of things? Focus on appreciating what your partner does well instead of dwelling on small disappointments. Number 5, repetitive conflict patterns. Over time, Couples can fall into a cycle of arguing about the same things repeatedly. Maybe it's about who does the dishes or who takes longer to get ready. These repetitive arguments often stem from unresolved issues or unproductive habits in how you handle conflict. For example, one partner might respond to criticism with defensiveness, while the other shuts down completely. These reactions create a loop where nothing gets resolved and the same issues keep coming up. Breaking this cycle requires self-awareness and effort from both partners. If you notice you're having the same argument again, pause and ask, why does this keep happening? Reflect on whether you're focusing on the problem or just blaming each other. Take breaks during arguments to cool down and revisit the issue with a clearer mindset. Use humor to lighten the mood and shift perspective. If conflicts persist, consider seeking help from a therapist who can guide you in breaking negative patterns. Small arguments are a normal part of relationships, but they don't have to take over. By addressing the deeper issues behind these conflicts, whether it's stress, unmet emotional needs, or communication struggles, you can build a stronger, more harmonious connection with your partner. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate all disagreements, but to handle them in a way that strengthens your relationship rather than weakens it. If this advice resonates with you, take a moment to reflect on how you approach small conflicts in your own relationship. What could you do differently to create more understanding and connection? Finally, if you found this helpful, feel free to share it with others who might benefit. And remember, every step toward better communication and emotional connection is a step toward a healthier, happier relationship.